Father. It is supposed to be a word rooted in trust, biology, and love. But for the people you are about to meet, that word is a question mark that haunts their every waking moment. Today, we step inside the courtroom where secrets are unearthed and lies are exposed under the harsh fluorescent lights. We have a husband devastated by his wife's confession of unprotected intervals during a break. A young father trapped by a signature on a birth certificate he never believed in. And a grown woman seeking to prove the man who raised her is a stranger, only to uncover a sickening family secret. Lies will be told, tears will be shed, and finally, the cold, hard science of DNA will deliver the ultimate verdict. This is the DNA Labyrinth. Our first case involves the McCrorys. On the surface, they are a young married couple with 2 children, together for 4 years. But beneath the surface, their foundation is crumbling. The central issue is their 3-year-old son, Keith. Mr. McCrory is convinced the boy is not his, a suspicion that has poisoned their marriage. And the reason for his suspicion? His wife's own shocking admissions about the time of conception.
We are here because there is a fundamental breakdown of trust regarding the paternity of 3-year-old Keith. Mr. McCrory, you have filed this petition. Why do you doubt your son is yours?
Your Honor, I love that little boy. I do. But I cannot live a lie anymore. We've been married 3 years, together 4. But when we were briefly separated, around the time she got pregnant, things happened. Things she hid from me.
Mrs. McCrory, your husband is making serious allegations. What is your response?
We were broken up, Your Honor. We were separated for a few days. Yes, I admit it. During that time, I was with other people. And yes, there were unprotected intervals.
You admit to unprotected sex with other men around the exact time of conception, and you didn't think this was relevant information for your husband before he signed the birth certificate?
I didn't tell him because I knew he wouldn't forgive me, Your Honor. I wanted to save my relationship. Save it? You destroyed it. Your Honor, the trust is gone. Completely gone. If that boy isn't mine, I don't know if this marriage can survive. I feel like I'm living with a stranger.
The admission of unprotected infidelity during the conception window was a bombshell. But for Mr. McCrory, the evidence wasn't just in the past. It was on her phone.
It's not just the past, Your Honor. It's her social media. The photos she posts. They are thirst traps. They aren't for me. I believe she's sending signals to other men even now. That's ridiculous. Those are just pictures. There is nothing wrong with them. He's paranoid.
The social media photos are circumstantial, Mrs. McCrory. But your admission of unprotected sex with others at the critical time, that is direct evidence creating reasonable doubt. Mr. McCrory has every right to be suspicious.
With the he said, she said reaching a fever pitch, Mr. McCrory demanded a scientific truth test before the DNA results. He wanted her on a polygraph. He wanted to know if she was still lying.
Mrs. McCrory, you agreed to a polygraph test regarding your fidelity. The results are troubling.
I told the truth, Your Honor.
The test administrator found that when asked about certain sexual encounters outside the marriage, your responses indicated deception. You were deceptive.
No, it wasn't a lie. Those things happened after we got back together. Maybe the timeline was confused in my head. I didn't lie.
See? More word games. Your Honor, this proves it. She's still lying. The doubt is eating me alive.
The polygraph was a disaster for Mrs. McCrory. Her credibility was shattered. The marriage seemed all but over. But the final word didn't belong to the polygraph. It belonged to the DNA lab. The moment of truth had arrived for little 3-year-old Keith.
I have the DNA results for Keith McCrory Jr. These results are final. Mr. McCrory, regarding 3-year-old Keith, the probability of paternity is 99.99%. You are his father. He is your son, Mr. McCrory. The science is clear. But let me be also clear. This result solves the legal question, but it does not fix the broken trust in this marriage. You both have a very long road ahead of you.
Our next case explores a different kind of deception. Miss Chapman is here to force Mr. Hayes to step up for their 2-year-old son. Maurice Jr., Mr. Hayes signed the birth certificate. In the eyes of the law, he is the father. But in his heart, he has always doubted it. He claims he was tricked into signing.
Your Honor, he needs to take responsibility. He signed that birth certificate. He knows Maurice is his son. He watches other people's kids, but he won't even look at his own flesh and blood.
Mr. Hayes, you signed the legal document declaring you are the father. Why are you contesting it now, 2 years later?
Your Honor, I always had doubts. From day one.
Explain that. Why did you doubt it?
She hid the pregnancy. Your Honor, I never saw her belly grow. She wore baggy clothes. There were no symptoms. It felt wrong. I didn't feel like it was mine.
And yet, you were present at the birth and you signed the certificate of paternity. Why?
I was trying to be a good guy. I was trying to do the right thing in the moment. I didn't want to cause a scene at the hospital, but I regretted it almost immediately. I wanted a DNA test back then, but I couldn't afford it.
This is a critical moment. Mr. Hayes fell into a common legal trap. Miss Chapman brought evidence to court, a brochure explaining the law.
He knew the rules, Your Honor. This brochure explains it. If you doubt it, don't sign it. And if you do sign it, you only have 60 days to challenge it legally. He waited 2 years.
Miss Chapman is correct on the law, Mr. Hayes. That signature is a binding contract. You cannot just change your mind years later because you have suspicions. You missed your legal window.
Legal reality was crushing Mr. Hayes. But the personal animosity was even worse. Their war was raging on Facebook and via text messages.
It's not just the pregnancy, Judge. It's her behavior now. She posts things on Facebook implies I'm not the dad. She plays games.
He's the one playing games. He was talking to other women when I was pregnant.
And you were talking to other men. That's why I doubt the baby is mine. And now, she won't let me see the boy. She lets me see her other child, but she blocks me from seeing Maurice Jr.
I have text messages here. Miss Chapman, you wrote to him. If you don't see both kids, you see neither. You are using this child as a pawn. This toxic environment is unacceptable.
The law says he is the father because he signed the paper. But Mr. Hayes needed to know the biological truth to find peace. The court ordered the test he couldn't afford years ago. Was his intuition right? Was he tricked?
Mr. Hayes, you have claimed for 2 years that you were tricked into signing that birth certificate. Let's see the truth. In the case of 2-year-old Maurice Hayes Jr., Mr. Hayes, you are the biological father. The probability is 99.99%. Your doubts were unfounded. You are his father legally, and you are his father biologically. It is time to stop the social media wars and start being a dad to that little boy.
Our final case is perhaps the most tragic. There is no crying baby here. There is Brittany Smith, a grown woman. She has come to court to prove that Mr. Lewis, the man she called dad her entire life, is not actually her biological father. It's a desperate quest for closure after a lifetime of rejection.
Your Honor, I just need to know the truth. I've lived my whole life feeling like an outsider. He was there physically sometimes, but he was never a dad. He rejected me. I call him my fake dad because that's how it always felt.
Mr. Lewis, why was there this distance? You raised her, yet she feels completely abandoned by you.
I was there when she was born, but soon after, there were issues with her mother. We split up. I was in and out of her life. Yeah.
But why the doubt? Why did you treat her differently? Why didn't you ever take a DNA test before today?
I never dodged a test. It just never happened. But yes, I always doubted she was mine.
The courtroom was not prepared for what Mr. Lewis said next. It wasn't just a standard denial of paternity. He dropped a bombshell that revealed a dark, sickening family secret that explained years of pain.
You want to know why I doubted it, Your Honor? Because I found out something. I found out that her biological father isn't me. It's my own uncle.
Your uncle? You are claiming your daughter's biological father is your own uncle? That is a shocking allegation, sir.
That's what I was told. Once I heard that, how could I look at her the same way?
The tension was unbearable. But Mr. Lewis wasn't done. He began to insult Brittany's mother in open court, causing the judge to snap.
Her mother was always...
Stop! Stop right there, sir. I will not have you disrespect this young woman's mother in my courtroom. Look at the pain you have caused. This is not about her mother right now. It is about the damage done to this young lady sitting right there. You have a moral obligation to support her regardless of biology.
The air in the courtroom was heavy with trauma. Brittany needed an answer. Was her life a lie? Was the man who rejected her actually her father, or was the sickening rumor about her great-uncle true? The DNA would provide the final, brutal answer.
Brittany, I have the results here. This has been a long and painful journey for you. DNA results indicate that Mr. Lewis is not your biological father. 0% probability. Lewis, you are excluded. Brittany, your instinct was right. He is not your biological father.
I knew it. I always knew it. Why did he lie for so long?
Like I said, I don't know who the father is then. It's not my problem anymore.
Brittany, look at me. I know this hurts more than anything. But now you have the truth. You can stop wondering about him. You have a supportive family around you right now. Lean on them. You need to heal from this past and move forward. You deserve better.
3 cases, 3 truths. Mr. McCrory found out he is a father, but his marriage is shattered by mistrust. Mr. Hayes learned his doubts were wrong, and he is trapped by a signature in biology. And Brittany Smith learned that the man who rejected her was never her father at all, leaving her with more questions than answers.